Now, the thing about archaeological digs is precision is important. So when we're taking measurements year after year or 20 years from 20 years, we want to be able to narrow down exactly where we were and where we found that artifact so we can go back and look for the same resource. A meter means a lot when we're talking about thousands of years in the past, but let's break it down. So I was talking to one of our surveyors today, and he's actually been with us for 20 years, and he specializes with archaeological firms. And I told him I was doing this video today. It was quite kismet. And I said, do you have a quotation of why GPS is so important in archaeological? And he gave me something great. So I actually want to read it verbatim because it was really quite phenomenal. So Michael said, it would blow you away what I've been able to do with Field Genius and RTK. We could have a site that we went and excavated some back 20 years in the future, dig with a backhoe bucket, go down 6 feet in the ground, and there's the nail with the flagging face, and it was left there 20 years earlier. So being able to work with that kind of precision, it's got a huge amount of benefits that come from that in terms of preservation and being gentle with the resources. And that's what really is important when we're talking about surveying and archaeological sites, is we want to maintain the site to the best of our ability. So disturbing the least amount of soil is the maximum amount of benefit. But let's break it down to how you would actually do that in real life. I have a little demo here, so let's get into it. So let's pretend that this is our archaeological dig. Now, typically with sub-meter GPS or just using coordinate systems, this is the amount of precision you'd be able to get. And we'd be looking for a tiny little artifact like an arrowhead. But if you introduce RTK with centimeter level precision, rather than having this big square and then we would have to dig up this entire earth 6 feet down to try and find a little arrowhead, instead, we can go just like that. We know exactly where it is. Instead, we can use a drill bit, go straight down, find exactly what we were looking for to begin with. Now, there's another host of applications that are super useful for archaeological sites. A big one is repairing. So you can repair what's previously been discovered, make sure that it's not degrading over time. Another one that a lot of our customers that work in archaeological do is they'll make sure that there's no erosion. So there's a particular site on Vancouver Island. They're trying to maintain a First Nations band historic community. So you want to make sure that they're not actually losing ground to the sea. And the only way to do that is to measure consistently year after year. Now, a surveyor could do that, but with our GPS, you actually don't even need a surveyor to do that, because it's so dead simple. Now let's talk about what you actually need to be able to go out in the world and survey an archaeological site. Well, first of all, you need high accuracy. I would highly recommend always using centimeter level precision. The next thing you need is speed and mobility. You need a system that's easy to pick up and you can move with you. So manual total station, probably not the best tool. Finally, cost effectiveness. We know archaeologists are trying to find the most efficient and cost-effective way to get into RTK. That's why I would recommend the Nano 7 by Benchmark. It's made by GeoMeasure. It's a phenomenal piece of equipment, easy to use. We have lots of archaeologists using it right now. So if you're an archaeologist and you're looking to get into RTK, you have to know these 3 things. 1, you need centimeter level precision. 2, we're trying to preserve natural beauty. So that's our primary focus. And 3, you're gonna need help getting set up with training and support. So if you wanna know what a great product would be, I'd recommend the Nano 7 by GeoMeasure. It's Benchmark's pride and joy, and you can check it out in this video, which I'm in actually.